Hey guys, happy Friday. It is time once again for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So today I worked pretty much exclusively on the beautiful turquoise 64 bus and primarily working on wiring some more on this. So not the most exciting thing in the world to talk about, but let's talk about it anyway. So added some wiring harnesses here. So I added there's a harness that at least Wolfsburg West calls the instrument harness that goes from, among other places, the fuse box and some relays and stuff as yet to be installed and switches, but it goes up to primarily the speedometer, but then it goes up to, again, some switches and relays. So I added that. And then there's part of the built into the headlight harness, there's a wire that goes down through there, through the floor, and then to the horn. And then there's a pair of wires that goes through another hole down inside there under the car and back to the brake light switch. So pulled those through. You just basically feed like a fish tape or something, or a wire up through the bottom, tape the wire through it, and then pull it back through. So not a big deal. Just one of those things you got to do. And then what I did do also that was a little bit more time consuming was pull the dome light harness. So this bus has had a lot of metal replaced, including, I think, a lot of the nose. And there's supposed to be a hole about where my finger is, but underneath the dash there, where the dome light wiring harness runs from under the dash to the A-pillar. And then from there, it goes up here where you can see my finger tracing. And then the front dome light comes over here and goes to there. And then part of the harness continues to run along there, and then back, and then over another sort of brace there, and you can see it kind of dangling out there. So that hole back there was missing where it enters back there, and this hole here was missing. So try to put them in the correct locations. Looked at another couple of buses as examples, even though those don't show, and they're the one back there is totally covered with interior anyway. The headliner goes over that. This one nobody would see unless they were laying on their back looking up at the dash, but nonetheless, try and put them in the correct location as close as possible. And then again, same deal, run a wire or a fish tape through there, pull this harness from bottom up, and then here it just kind of lays in a groove along there. And then from there you can see there's a little opening there, so that one's pretty easy. Again, wire or something through there, and then pull it out. And then same deal back there, it just runs along that track and then over there. And anyway, that's probably the longest explanation ever of putting in a dome light harness, but kind of a pain because a couple holes were missing and there were no pre-existing wires. Sometimes if you're redoing a bus, you leave the old wires in there and pull the new one with the old one, but there was none, so I had to resort to fish tapes basically. And anyhow, so that happened today. And what else? Some other little things. Try and keep this bus moving, including painting the master cylinder, which is a dual circuit. This bus originally came with a single circuit, but again, this is an upgraded master cylinder because we're putting front and rear disc brakes. So pretty nice kit, comes from Impy. There's an adapter here to make it fit properly with the early single circuit cylinder. So yeah, I got that painted, and the owner supplied a set of really nice European headlights for this bus. And so the European ones actually, instead of using a seal beam, they use this style bulb here, at least for much, much later than they did in the US. And so he got these from Europe, and they're really, really nice, although they were pretty much very dirty. I think they'd been sitting for a really, really long time. They're not fully assembled right now because I need to get the seal that goes between the lens and the housing here, and then assemble it. But yeah, basically completely disassembled them. cleaned them. Again, the reflector surfaces, everything was really nice. They were just dirty. The lenses were dirty inside out. So everything's spotless now. And then, of course, I'll put new bulbs in, even though these probably look okay. And they actually are 12 volts, which is correct for this car. But yeah, I spent some time cleaning the pair of those up, and they're going to look amazing on there. Again, they've got the fluted style lenses, which I think look really cool, versus the more clear US style, which you see here. So this bus has seal beam headlights, so that's all one unit inside there, versus the European ones where it took a separate little bulb. So yeah, placed another big Wolfsburg West order today for the fuel gauge, the speedometer. The customer actually brought in. It's an aftermarket ISP unit, but it looks pretty stock. Ordered most of the switches. He actually brought in his radio, which is, you can't really see it from there, or the face of it you can't see anyway, but really cool, nice radio. Don't know if it works, we'll try it out. He brought in an emblem, which needs a little body work, and a rechrome, and some other random parts. This bus is a hot rod, so he got a Geenberg shifter that he also brought in. So this bus should start going together pretty quick here. Got a lot of parts for this. The motor, I think I mentioned, is done. It's been dynoed, killer motor. And so yeah, this thing is gonna go together very quick at this point. Anyway, that is it for today. Jacob was off, so nothing really to talk about with his project, the 36 horsepower motor. So that is it for this week, guys. Appreciate you all watching, and you know, those of you that comment and like and stuff, thank you for doing that. And we'll see you again Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye.